Hello everyone, I'm Breor and welcome to Goodgame Empire's brand new test server. The test server was introduced last week, and if you'd like to check it out for yourself, you can do so by coming to the login screen and changing your server to the test server down near the bottom of the page. I'll also leave my real test server friend link in the video's description. In this video, I'll be creating a throwaway account for the purposes of making a neat time-lapse in which I can level from the tutorial to 70 uninterrupted. I have filmed all of this already, so I can say it took me about 86 minutes to reach level 70, and I sped up the video approximately 8-fold. You may be wondering how it is possible to level up so quickly. The test server is unique in that players are rewarded with millions of resources and coins upon completing the tutorial at about level 5. You will be given accelerators and 500,000 rubies with which to work. For those who have never had more than 10,000 rubies at any given time, this really is a dream come true. The purpose of the test server is to allow real players to offer feedback about updates before they are pushed out to the rest of the game. In a minute or two, I'll turn you over to some nice time-lapse music, but I want to share some thoughts before I do that. This new test server is greatly exciting for me because I'll be able to play around with new events and become familiar with them before they are released to the rest of the servers. This means more informed and more timely videos will begin to appear on my channel. The test server is particularly convenient for my update breakdown series of videos in which I explain new updates to the game. I think the server is also a good gesture on behalf of the developers, who now seem more willing to take into account player feedback. It will be quite impossible to satisfy everybody, even with this test server in place, but I imagine the players on the test server will be particularly outspoken about things they don't like. This will force the developer to make changes before the update becomes a permanent thing in the world of Goodgame Empire. The test server has its own forum, sort of, where people can offer feedback, report bugs and glitches, and connect with the quality assurance team at Goodgame Studios. As with every other new feature, however, the test server does have some drawbacks, and I'm interested to see what its long-term effect will be on the player base and the game. A long time ago, I made a video about multi-accounting. As most of us know, it's against the rules of the game for anyone to own multiple accounts on the same server. I imagine you could get away with it on the test server if you wanted to, considering it's not designed to be a fair play environment, but that's not why I bring up this point. I'm actually quite concerned that players will be distracted from their main accounts with this new test server. It's very difficult to play two accounts at once successfully in Goodgame Empire, and I think the test server will lead to some people losing motivation to play their real accounts in the game. The time you spend on the test server could probably be better used working on your main account. While I will maintain a presence on the test server under my usual alias of Breor, I'm not going to be putting a ton of effort into leveling or making real progress. The other concern that I have is that the test server will expose people to how expensive ruby purchases really are. The 500,000 rubies awarded to me at the start dwindled down quite quickly while I was making this video, and I discovered how expensive each building can be. Goodgame Studios does charge quite a bit for its premium currency, and there are so many improvements one must make to have a good account. Empire is expensive for a free-to-play game. Spending rubies on the test server did in part satisfy my need to spend rubies, however, and I'm no longer as eager to make a purchase on my real account. I should mention that the payment shop does work on the test server, but the developers have stated that anything and everything can be lost at any given time, and that no refunds will be provided. There is no customer service for the test server, and it's possible your account could be randomly deleted, so I would really discourage making any monetary investment here. There are supposed to be more glitches than usual on the test server, so I imagine any big glitches will also annoy people and discourage them from playing. Had I been Goodgame Studios, I would have done things differently. Instead of the test server being a permanent thing, I think it should appear for short intervals whenever there's actually something that needs to be tested. Players would lose their accounts every time the test server was reset, but rebuilding here is very easy, as you're seeing now. The regular reset would discourage players from investing too much time and potentially money into the test server, and at the very least would lead to a more controllable and gradual change. With that being said, perhaps I'm being too skeptical. The test server is indeed exciting, and I really recommend you jump in and experiment with it, at least for a while. Once you've done so, please let me know your thoughts by commenting on this video. I've been Breor, and I'll see you in the next one.